Hey everybody, welcome to Bura Around the Internet. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the Techlead's $1 million coin and the website. All right, welcome back. So let's take a look at something that was quite caught my eye here. So if you don't know, there's this channel that talks about, scams and whatnot. And he talked about someone that I actually do have some respect for. And I'm going to be talking about this because, I've had a similar idea, not to scam people, but just to make my own cryptocurrency. So the short of it is that the Techlead, which is a very popular YouTube channel, he made a coin called the Millionaire Coin. And in this Millionaire Coin, we have the website here. And the website is really good. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into this in a second here. But the Millionaire Coin is, this website's really awesome. So good for him on that. But basically, he made a bunch of claims, and the claims didn't hold up to truth according to this CoffeeZilla here. And then he made an apology video. And so I kind of want to talk about this because first of all, I'll kind of start off with the story. In 2017, everyone had the idea to make their own coin. And I wanted to have a coin called Mammoth Coin. And you basically got paid to learn. The more that you learned on mammothinteractive.com, the more cryptocurrency you could accrue and then, profit from learning. So that would be like a way to entice anyone to come in and learn it here. But the problem is there was too many pump and dump schemes, and wasn't quite sold on cryptocurrency yet. I know that sounds really weird right now, but I wasn't sold on it because Bitcoin wasn't exactly the foolproof system it is today. I should have probably just purchased some Bitcoin, but it wasn't foolproof. It was a little bit riskier, hence the price. And then by the end of, when it hit its high at like 18K or whatever, and it crashed down to 3, I'm like, yeah, definitely no cryptocurrency. So, now that we're back here, and it makes a little bit more sense that we're, a little past this, and it makes more sense that Bitcoin is doing well now, and it makes more sense for some of these altcoins to do well. And to be fair, I'm not saying that every altcoin is a pump and dump scheme, or that I'm saying that this was necessarily a pump and dump scheme, but there was perhaps a few missteps that Techlead took, and it's probably best to not repeat them. So first things first, when you make a video, when you make a claim, your claim has to be at least somewhat backed in truth. In this video, he claims he put $1 million of his own money into the coin, and then apparently told CoffeeZilla that, and it's somewhere around here, where he basically told CoffeeZilla to not. That he didn't. He only put 50,000. So right off the bat, you shouldn't do that. I mean, you can do it and maybe get away, but every claim that you make, again, has to be somewhat backed in truth. And you can exaggerate that truth because literally every company does that. And a lot of companies just flat out lie. But if you want to build a business, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't lie here. And the other thing is that Techlead has had some issues. If I can kind of zoom in towards the video here, he doxed a couple people, and there was an issue with some other people that were criticizing him. And you know what? When it comes to criticism, it's going to happen. It's the internet. People get upset. But at the end of the day, if you never did aggressive marketing or lied in the first place, you won't really get that pushback. If you made some, the more aggressive and the more far away from the truth your marketing is, the more pushback you're going to get, because someone's going to find you out eventually, right? It's easier than ever to find out this kind of stuff here. So at the end of the day, you have to have it steeped in truth. Sometimes the more truthful you are, the less powerful marketing it is. But if you can make something that's incredibly true and incredibly powerful and incredibly marketable, that's really the sweet spot. But especially when you're first starting out, you do have to make some exaggerations. But that's just what it is. So the first misstep was saying something that was simply not true. If you're not putting in $1 million into the coin to back up the coin, because the coin only has 1 million tokens, right? And that's the whole point. It's like there's a limited supply. That's the whole thing of cryptocurrencies. It's a fixed supply. There's no more. We can't print anymore. Period. So it only has 1 million supply, and that's quite a bit lower than Bitcoin's 22.1 million. And remember, Bitcoin holders live and die by that 22.1 million. The minute that Bitcoin has 21 million and 1, it goes to 0, because that's not the point of Bitcoin. The point of its supply. And having 1 million with 1 million supply is good. And if you put that $1,000,000 to back it up, then you're not getting into the problem with Tether where you don't know what the collateral is, because that's outside the scope of this video. But like, pristine collateral is something in short supply. So by putting in $1,000,000 into the guarantee, the limited supply of this, that is a very smart thing. And if he had done that, I wouldn't be making this video right now. Right now, I don't know how rich Techlead is. Like, he probably has quite a bit of money, and he is fairly successful. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, the person himself is dumb or whatever. But at the same time, though, you know, some of his marketing and his tactics perhaps could use improvement, for lack of a better word. But basically, you know, there's so many different things here. Like, I mean, I guess he's, you know, the other thing is like, I guess he's playing the race card here against him. So that's also not good. You know, and then somewhere in here, it shows like exactly how much he made. And it's like quite a bit of money. It's like within the $8 million. So you can see here, like, he's made quite a bit of money with it. It's kind of interesting to see like how rich he is getting off of this, which, you know, again, this is not a little bit of money. It's quite a bit of money. And the one reason I didn't do a Mammoth coin is because I know that crypto wasn't really going anywhere at the time. Like, I knew there was going to kind of be a big crash. In fact, like, I even made money off of Riot blockchain at the time. It was funny. You know, my employees and I all talked about it. It was hilarious. You know, how easy it was to make. But you know, I knew that if I had put a Mammoth coin out, a lot of people would just lose their money. And I don't want to do that. Like, you know, as many things that can go wrong with a business, you know, you want to make sure that you're providing some value to your customers as much as humanly possible. And if you're providing your value and you do the best of your ability, like, there's a huge difference between providing your best and the customer's upset than, like, you know, providing like a complete thing that's a scam and then, you know, asking the customers to pay. So there's quite a bit of a difference here, right? So in any event, he's made quite a bit of money. You know, I think later in this video here, he does talk about how he only paid $50,000 instead of $1 million. And I know I just talked about that, but still, the word Ponzi scheme comes up. And again, I'm not making any accusations here, but like, so a Ponzi scheme only works if you have more and more people coming into it. I mean, this is again why I didn't launch my own Mammoth coin. But one thing I do want to do later is, if Ethereum does end up with its own stock market, I might put Mammoth on that stock market, and I'll give quarterly results so people can buy and do like an IPO on the blockchain. I don't want to go through necessarily the markets, but on the blockchain. And I think that would be a tremendous value, because at least Mammoth mostly makes more money year over year. And, you know, we do the best we can. But, you know, with a little bit of extra money, we could really take it to the next level. I can't stress that enough. And, you know, liking and subscribing to this channel really does help out. So let's take a look at this website here, because this website, I have to say, is really good. So first of all, let's take a look at the color scheme. Okay, I always say that you need 3 colors. Okay, in this case, we have off black, off white, and a highlight color. In this case, it's yellow. Now the lion is probably the perfect perfect animal / logo, because lions usually represent pride and strength and authority. That's exactly what it is. And so there's the lion as a highlight here. That kind of looks like what we did on MammothInteractive.com. And then this tagline is great. There's a lion in every million, meaning that you can be authoritative, powerful, rich, right? Like, it's just such a good thing. So very, very good. Introducing $1 million. Okay, and so it has all the things here. Maybe I'll check out some of these sites here, but you can buy it. I think this is just the Uniswap thing. You know, it tells you million fixed supply. If anything, I'd put that before. Well, I guess not. This website is done so well. You know, it shows you what it is. It's providing the moonshot, right? Because most people get into crypto to get rich, right? I mean, like, let's be honest here. So, you know, millionaire approved, and, you know, like this, and the roar map. And this whole thing here, this lion, this roaring is perfect. Like the digitalization, the color scheme, the phrasing here, the cub, pride in the main phase. Cub, you're just starting out. Pride, well, again, lines do signify kind of pride. And then the mane, because that's, everyone wants a big bushy bunch of hair, right? And then, the diamond hands never sell kind of thing. And then we have all these other items as well. So, and it shows the holders, which is not bad. And so this website is done really well. And I think that if Techlead had just put in an actual $1 million of his own money, even if he took out a loan, you could probably get a loan, especially now with all the pandemic stuff. I don't know if that's ending in the United States, but who knows, right? If he had actually done that and then just kind of has done what perhaps he said, then I don't think this would have been a problem. But the fact that he only put in $50,000, it's not. Now, the other thing is somewhere in here, there's like, there's a chart. Now, this is BitConnect, which was like a huge crypto scam. And then somewhere there's a chart of him, of the actual millionaire coin. So we now have the millionaire price chart. So if we do like the maximum here, and so you can see that it started out at like $13 and then it went to 206. That's pretty good. And then it's been down ever since. What day is this? July. So, is this a pump and dump scheme? No. Perhaps he sold some of his shares. The point is that, with the right project, crypto can be a very good thing. I'm really into Cardano and Ethereum and Bitcoin. And, there's a lot of other altcoins out there that are really promising. And, this could be, as a store of value, it could be one of them, right? But, it has to be handled correctly. And, we'll see as this story unfolds as to what is going to happen. But, the big takeaway for this is, Techlead is incredibly successful, more successful than me. I guess, I would not take such harsh criticism. I wouldn't dox them or do anything like that. People have criticized Mammoth over the years. And we usually take that to heart. And, we do our best. We've been in business for 10 years. Most have been happy customers, but you can't please everyone. So, it is what it is. But, the big takeaway for me is that you always should try and be as truthful as possible, at least have what you're saying based in truth. The minute you start lying and exaggerating, the more people are going to be upset. And it becomes a point where, at some point your lies just get too big and then you get a ton of backlash. And if you're starting a business, is to never go past that point, and then especially if, you're young, your whole reputation can be ruined. So I recommend you don't do that, right? All right, so that concludes this video on Millionaire Token. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned in this. And, I do wish, I do wish everyone the best of luck, really. And if you are, trying to defraud people, like if the real intent of something is to defraud someone, then I don't wish you any luck at all. But, if you made some mistakes and you've learned from the mistakes and you're truly sorry, then yes, you can be forgiven. But, you should not ever set out to defraud someone or just simply take their money. All right. So that concludes this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you another week.